Let's get right to CNN meteorologist Derek Van Den to figure out when these conditions might get better. What are we seeing right now, Derek?
John, the next few hours are absolutely critical in West LA County. And just going back to what Natasha experienced and what Stephanie was describing with regards to how quickly these fires spread under these types of conditions. The palm trees that are notorious to Southern California, here's one burning out of control, but look at the incredible amount of wind that's not only shaking this vehicle, but taking those embers and quickly spreading them across the road, starting and igniting additional what we call spot fires. This is the moment that the Palisades fire erupted yesterday, and you can see the direction of the wind with the smoke plume just emanating out into the open of the Pacific Ocean. Here's what I'm concerned about as it stands right now, the immediate threat. You're looking at West LA County and the Palisades fire. The area that's burned is right here. You can see some of the topography. These are actually buildings, homes, residents, apartments, businesses. This is a canyon right here. And with the video I showed you just a moment ago, you can imagine the winds whipping up and over these canyons and into the valleys below, taking the embers, spreading them, and starting additional spot fires. You can see one there. There's another one. That is how quickly and how rapidly that this will spread. So what we've got right now is this northerly component to the wind. If we start to see what's called a backing of the wind to more of a north-northwest, that would put more of western LA County at threat. So more residential area, more densely populated areas. There is some relaxing of the winds forecast later this afternoon, but then again with Santa Ana winds, they will pick up overnight and into tomorrow morning. As we typically see with Santa Ana wind events, they peak right around the dawn hours.
This is brand new video just in. Remarkable footage. You can see the flames raging in the Pacific Palisades. This was captured by a woman on a flight approaching Los Angeles International Airport. And we've got more breaking news just in seconds ago. The mayor of Los Angeles just posted she expects these conditions to get worse. The conditions are expected to get worse over the next several hours. We've seen remarkable footage of these fires. I hope we see much more. The situation already bad, getting worse. Nick Watt is in the middle of it.
This is Palisades Village, the heart of Pacific Palisades. This used to be a restaurant. I don't know what that was because there's nothing left. I can't tell what that used to be. But you can feel what the problem is. It's this wind. And the wind is only going to get worse. It's the wind. Look at these embers, Chris. Look at these embers. Any one of these embers can go and cause a fire somewhere else. Look, we got this. We got another spot fire up here. Just around the corner, an entire apartment building was gone. It's dry vegetation. It's wind. It's a terrible combination. 30,000 plus people evacuated. We have no idea yet how many structures have been lost. But we have been up in the hills, $1 million homes we've seen destroyed. We're down here in the village, apartment buildings, restaurants, destroyed. The question is, just how far is this fire going to go before the wind finally dies down? Nick Watt, Pacific Palisades, California.
And our thanks to Nick and his team. Let's get right to Dr. Ariel Cohen, meteorologist in charge with the National Weather Service in Los Angeles. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us, the mayor of Los Angeles. And we're going to put as many pictures as we can so people can see the conditions in Los Angeles during our conversation. The mayor of Los Angeles just posted that she expects these conditions to get worse. What are you expecting the next several hours?
Powerful winds, destructive winds are ongoing right now. We're getting observations showing 70 to 90 mile per hour winds over the mountains, continuing some of the lower elevations from the San Gabriel Valley all the way to the Malibu coast area, getting 50 to 70 mile an hour winds that are going to continue to carry these fires rapidly forward, creating just paths of destruction. And everyone needs to be listening very carefully to emergency notifications, evacuation orders, and when they come, you need to take action, evacuate to save your life.
What population centers are you most concerned about at this minute?
Right now, areas from the Pasadena to Altadena area, also westward throughout the San Gabriel Valley, extending across the San Fernando Valley, and certainly the Santa Monica mountain range all the way to the Malibu coast are going to be most susceptible to the most destructive winds. We have multiple fires that are growing explosively under these conditions and will continue to do so. Everyone needs to very calmly and very proactively be preparing. And when the notification comes of an evacuation order, take it seriously. It's a life and death situation.
You say calmly and deliberately, but I feel like I can hear a touch of urgency in your voice. This situation, just how bad is it based on what you've seen historically?
This is one of the worst situations that we have ever seen. This is a unique and volatile combination of weather parameters that has come together with some of the most extreme, destructive, life-threatening windstorms that we're getting across the area with bone-dry conditions. Everyone needs to be thoughtful, thinking ahead, make sure you're planning, you know where to go, have multiple ways of getting information. And I am pleading with you, if you get the evacuation order coming from local law enforcement and emergency management, take it seriously and evacuate. Your life will depend on it.
Again, at this point, we've had 30,000 or so evacuation orders in effect. Do you anticipate there will be more large-scale evacuations ordered in the next several hours?
These fires are spreading rapidly. They're going to continue to do so. The next few hours are going to be absolutely extremely critical for rapid fire spread, and the potential for expansions of these evacuations as issued by emergency management, local law enforcement is certainly there for additional areas to be included.
All right, Dr. Ariel Cohen, we appreciate you being with us. I hope people are heeding your warnings if they can hear us, because I can hear it in your voice. Thank you very much. Saying one of the worst series and sets of conditions he has ever seen, these fires growing explosively. Kate.
And joining us right now is the president of the Los Angeles City Council, Marqueece Harris Dawson. He's also serving as acting mayor of the city right now as the mayor is traveling back to LA. Thank you so much for being here. People are waking up to seeing just utter destruction. How bad is this?
It's as bad as we've ever seen with regard to fires, certainly here in the city of Los Angeles, but certainly in Southern California as well. Unfortunately, global warming and lots of other factors has made it so that we have big fires every year. Having 3 big fires at once in a situation where we can't even use aircraft to dump water on the fires is unprecedented. 1,400 firefighters out on the street, and literally tens of thousands of other city workers, whether they're working on power poles, directing traffic, cleaning up debris off of roads so folks can come and go and evacuate where necessary. This is just an unprecedented mobilization that we are fortunately prepared for, but we have not yet seen.
And some of what we're hearing from people as they're evacuating is just the terror of just how fast things change. We know how fast the winds are blowing these embers and how fast these fires are traveling. Do you have any sense of injuries? Have there been any fatalities?
You know, there are, look, it's been night, so our ability to investigate is limited, but we do not have a reported fatality. We have 1 serious injury of a firefighter that we know of. Again, obviously, when morning comes, we'll be able to look more and we'll see more. But folks have done really well. The first responders have done really well protecting themselves and protecting people and property. They've done several rescues. We're rescuing people out of swimming pools and out of garages and lots of other places while there was still daylight yesterday. Again, we'll see what the morning brings, but so far, with regard to injury and loss of life, we've done well.
And that would be wonderful if it stays that way. Do you have a handle, and it may be the same answer, but just we need to get the reporting. Do you have a handle on how many homes, how many businesses kind of, starting to total up what kind of level of destruction you're looking at by the fires even so far?
Impossible to know the amount of structures that have been damaged because, again, we cannot get aerial views because of the smoke and the wind, and we can't get into the neighborhoods in many cases. I mean, firefighters are still working to put out structure fires, but we just don't have a count. My expectation is by 8 o'clock local time this morning, we'll have a count, and there'll be a press conference with the governor and the mayor and all the representatives. We'll have some idea, but just no idea on structure count now. The fires are growing too fast and too furious in order for us to keep track of that.